Now, President Trump's campaign may be in a little bit of legal trouble for payments made to Michael Cohen's ongoing legal defense. Now, according to ABC News, President Trump's campaign was found to have covered some of the legal costs for Michael Cohen. Well, that's interesting, considering how Michael Cohen, of course, had recently been raided by the FBI. Now, the campaign, it's being reported, spent about $228,000 on 3 payments to a law firm, McDermott, Will and Emery. Now, they, of course, are a law firm that represents Trump's personal attorney, and the payments were made allegedly between October and January. Now, Cohen's attorney, Stephen Ryan, is a partner at McDermott, Will and Emery, and Ryan has represented Cohen in both the Russian election interference probe and in the case surrounding the payment to Stormy Daniels. That's, of course, $130,000 that he had made to that adult film star to try to cover up an affair that she allegedly had with Trump. Now, what's interesting is that this work is listed as legal consulting. So when they filled out the disclosure forms about this, they put, oh, it's legal consulting. I wonder if that's the same as Hannity. Oh, no, all I did was consult Michael Cohen. I didn't pay him anything. Sure. Now, sources familiar with the payments, however, told ABC that they're not related to legal consulting, that they're actually related to Cohen's legal fees in the Russia investigation. Now, consulting and legal fees for an investigation are obviously 2 very different things. Now, what obviously, since they are different on what they're actually, going to be spent on, there also happen to be different when it comes to legality, right? Spending campaign money on certain legal fees happens to be illegal under FEC rules. Now, legal experts told ABC News that if the payments were made to cover legal fees in the investigation for Russian interference, then the campaign would actually not have violated finance law whatsoever. So, well, that's interesting. If it's related to the Russia investigation, then it's not illegal. Then it's perfectly fine. If it's about Stormy Daniels, well, then it might be an illegal expenditure. Now, again, that's super interesting because of what they're not telling you. So now it's curious why the campaign would actually do that. And so that's sort of the question, right? Now, this happened, of course, before Cohen was raided by the FBI. So I think, in my personal belief, that the payment was made to help him fight against the Stormy Daniels case. Now, that's a case that Trump didn't want getting out. Why? I don't understand, because his fans love him anyway. He could literally shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue, and his fans would say, well, he deserves it. He deserves it. Well, so there it is. So look, nonetheless, the campaign probably said, you know what, we help Cohen, then if we help Cohen, we help Trump, right? But the problem is, if he did that, then that is completely illegal to do, and that could actually end up costing the campaign a hefty fine, as this has happened before. I believe it was I'm Not a Witch, Christine O'Donnell, ended up getting fined somewhere around $25,000 for using campaign funds illegally for legal fees. So that's happened before. Now, the other possibility is that it's related to the Mueller probe. Now, in that case, it would be legal under FEC filings. So, but, that ends up bringing up some questions, right? Of, well, if this is about the Russia probe, and if the Trump campaign paid Cohen's legal fees, well, why would they do that? And that goes to the question of, well, if they did do that, then why? What does Cohen know? How much does Cohen know, and how much is it worth? Is it worth $200,000 on legal fees? And that's an interesting question, right? So if I'm understanding this right, then the campaign is in a little bit of a tough spot, because while the Tink team, which is unfortunately named, is making sure that the FBI doesn't go after or doesn't infringe upon attorney-client privilege, if there is anything found among those seized documents from Cohen that's related to the Mueller probe, then they can share that information with Mueller. Now, that happens to be problematic if you have something to hide. So, look, I don't know. We will find out more information, obviously, as time goes by, but it does raise some very interesting questions on why they would pay for this legal defense for Michael Cohen. And look, my question too is that now that he has been raided by the FBI and is supposedly cooperating with Mueller, or may have flipped on Donald Trump, or has the potential to flip, whether or not that campaign money is, or that help for legal fees is ongoing. So there's a lot of questions here involved in this, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of the answers. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.